So next up we have Tamamo. Oh boy. Tamamo. A friend of mine is gonna kill me after this. A friend of mine is literally gonna kill me for what I'm about to say about Tamamo. I'm pretty sure I am gonna get... If I don't do this correctly, this friend of mine is gonna kill me. Literally, I'm pretty sure he will kill me if I don't do a decent review of Tamamo in this game. So, I will try my best at Tamamo Explain. Tamamo Explain starts now. I will... Oh boy. So... I've played Tamamo a few times though. Don't take me wrong, I have played Tamamo a few times. I've played her more than Nero. So, this one I'm a bit more, like, comfortable with compared to Nero. She's around the same amount of plays as Charlie, so... to both of them. Yeah. So... Tamamo's basic attacks, just string I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4 lights. She only goes up to 4, so 1 light, 1 heavy. 2 light, 1 heavy. 3 light, 1 heavy. There you go. Those are basic attacks. And these are aerial attacks. And there you go. She can go directly into this one, obviously. She doesn't have a lot of chaining, as you can see, though these kicks are not half bad. These kicks here are not half bad. As you can see, they're not half bad. But, again, she is a caster. I think it's normal that she doesn't get, you know, a lot of, you know, a lot of basic attacks. She is, in the end, a caster. So... let's go into her skills. So first we got Curse Frigid Heaven. You're already seeing that skill. Fiery Heaven, which you can turn around. By the way, I'm doing that on purpose. You can leave it in one spot as well if you want. And Chaos Heaven. And finally, you have the Bridal Fox. The Bridal Fox's Day, which is this green circle you can see like there. Which is pretty nice looking, isn't it? Yes, it is. Either way, let's also has one goddamn long of a cooldown. For good reasons, being fair, but... So, I guess we'll explain her skills first. So first, Frigid Heaven. This skill is... how to explain it? Really good. That range is ridiculous. It is... so, probably the biggest AoE skill in the game, if I'm not wrong. If I'm not wrong, I think this is literally the largest AoE skill in the game. Like, you literally can be in a corner. This thing will go far. Like, all 5 of those will go far. I can't really show it very well because of the walls, but... yeah, these go very far. Just so you know, all 5 of those go very far. There's 5 of these throws, and they all hit for a good amount of damage, and they clear minions like butter. And the only kind of negative it's the startup. But even then, all skills like this have the startup. Like, the vast majority of skills have a startup like this for long range skill like this. And she has probably the best one. I mean, this cannot even be denied to be like one of the best, if not the best, just AoE long range skill. That is not a snipe. This is not a snipe, by the way. This is just clear a cone of people. A giant cone. Okay? It is, to say, one of her bread and butters. One of her best skills, if not her best skill. Then you have Fiery Heaven. This thing, which you can move at will, I'm not gonna do it this time because I already showcased that, is a very interesting skill in which it's one of the you cannot move skills of the game. So basically, kind of like, this does a lot of damage. Just a warning, this thing does a lot of damage. But you cannot move, obviously. You can turn it at a decent speed as well, around. Now, the positive It is a ton of damage, and if you are on drive, this skill will kill by itself. The negatives. Well, I think the negatives is obvious. You can't move. And you have this little moment where you can't block as well. In the end. So the negatives are obvious and the positives are obvious. But the good thing is you can go from something like this into this and it will work. By the way, it will work. Unless, you know, lag is a factor, then you might have some problems there. But again, it deals a ton of damage. It is a relatively close range skill. It has a bit of range. It's not the most highest range skill in the game, but it does have some range. It's very damaging. It is a good skill. It's not an amazing skill by any stretch and imagination, but it's okay skill. It's a good skill. Chaos Heaven. This thing has a few problems. So while it's a decent AoE and good minion clear, you're not gonna use it for anything else. Literally anything else. Because anyone that blocks the little bit in the beginning can then punish you at the end. They literally can punish you for using this easily. Very easily punish the ability. Does not do a lot of damage. And here's the problem. If you do catch them, they get thrown away randomly. Like, it's not a direct spot where they get thrown. No, they get just blown away randomly like crazy. Which is a problem. Which means you technically, if this at a set place where it would throw the people, that would be fine. But it's kind of random and it's really hard to find. But if you could, and technically you could catch them in the bottom, do something like this, and then into Fire Heaven and kill. That would be nice, wouldn't it? If it worked that way. But it's extremely random and it's really hard to do. Like, it is unreliable to do. The problem is it's very unreliable to do. Nobody really likes that ability. It's really only useful for that one thing. And then you have the Bridal Fox's Day. This is the only support skill in the game. Literally. This is a healing field. And it heals a lot. And it stays for a good chunk of like 9 to 10 seconds, I'm pretty sure. Around 9 to 10 seconds. This skill is bonkers good. And I mean bonkers good. She is a bit vulnerable dropping it, but even if she gets hit in the beginning, once you proc this ability, it's there. It is not going away. Even if you kind of cancel her out of her animation, it's staying there. Like, it doesn't matter. Once she activates this ability is out. It's already out. The moment you activate the button, it's out, the skill. And the healing is really strong as well. This skill is basically just makes her the support character in the game. And it's extremely broken. It is a very ridiculously good skill, which has let a lot of Tamamos online to just survive for eras and make their teams survive for eras because of this one skill. It makes it really hard to kill people when the skill is out. This is the main reason she's really good, is probably this. As much as a friend of mine won't like accept it. Like, this skill is just ridiculously strong. It's just this skill is just strong. It's just a giant pain in the ass. I recommend you using it. If you don't like playing support, obviously I don't, but if you don't mind playing the support character, like, this is dumb strong. So just use it, for crying out loud. Just use that skill. Either way, let's show off our other skills. Even though that's again, you don't know how much that skill can kind of impact the game. It is kind of funny how much that skill can impact the game. Now we're going for the other skills, so I'm gonna take this with me. I'm gonna take Thunder, Above Cave, and the Gyokuten-ho. And I'm gonna talk about these skills in its own rights as well. Oh boy. some water because I need it. I need it. God. Give me a minute. Where was I? Okay. So, going back to how it was. So now we have 3 more abilities. We have Curse Thunder. That's a stun. Yokutenho. We're missing something there, but I'll explain what's at the end there. It's not just that. There is a little bit of it missing. I'll show you with actual enemies. And this. Anthropomorphic Cave, which that is a counter, my friends. Which I will teach you what they do in a second. So first, I'm just gonna explain Curse Thunder. This is our stun. It sticks for a bit, but this is still really bad. This is one of the few stuns I don't recommend using at all. Because you can go from doing something like this and try to use the stun. I'm just gonna warn you, it's probably not gonna work. Yeah, it takes so long getting off that it doesn't really, it's not worth using it at all. It's just like one of the worst stuns in the game, unfortunately. It's just, I don't know what they were thinking when they made this skill. It's just not very good stun. This is one of those stuns I just avoid. Literally, I don't even need to explain more than that. Now, I'm gonna have to explain the other 2 by fighting. So, I'm gonna skip that. So you see the enemies? So this is Gyokutenho. What it does for reals? Boom! It has an explosion at the end. That can be really good, actually, if you catch someone with basic attacks, because you can you can kind of like something of this genre. Go from that into this and do a lot of damage. Now there is a bit of a problem with this skill. Wait a second. That's a counter. That's the counter. So basically you gotta get hit and she'll proc a counter, which will basically just do a lot of damage to them. And you can do something... By the way, I'm just gonna say, counters are really strong in this game. They're instantaneous, basically. They're basically instantaneous. Do this, dash, catch them, Gyokutenho. This is something you can do with her, by the way. It's actually pretty good. That's actually killing. That kills. The only problem with Gyokutenho, though, as I said, it does have a problem. My advantage. What the hell? Okay. Whoops. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Guess I got hit by something. Oh yeah, I'm under level. Sorry about that. Oh, by the way, warning. This is impossible in multiplayer. This doesn't happen in multiplayer. Either way. I'm gonna use Drive for this. This doesn't happen in multiplayer either. Fine. Don't have a choice. Yeah. The problem with Gyokutenho is sometimes that explosion can miss. That explosion at the end can miss and just not do something. The problem with Gyokutenho is reliability. It's strong, it's very fast, it hits instantaneously. And it's close range, yes. Also, this is a drive skill. You are immune during that. So, good news. You are actually immune to damage during that. Sometimes it's weird. Sometimes I've seen people get broken out of it, and sometimes not, but either way. Again, the problem with Gyokutenho is unreliability, which is the explosion might never happen, which is really annoying. On the other hand, counter is always very reliable as long as they hit it. So, if they hit your counter, you're good. Anything else I can explain about Tamamo? I guess her drive... Well, she's on drive, she's also very strong because she can kill with this Gyokutenho dead, I'm pretty sure. Or you can, you know, do counter into Gyokutenho. That also works. You cannot combo anything into this, by the way, warning. It just doesn't work, unfortunately. It's too slow. And their drive skill is okay. The problem with their drive skill, it takes so long coming out. If it was a little faster coming out, it would actually be a really strong drive skill. Unfortunately, it just takes quite a while and basically becomes super easily dodgeable. But you still get immunity to, you know, you still are immune. So yeah. Nonetheless, you still are immune. Now let's go into an actual, you know, match to show off Tamamo and you. What you probably will be doing during a game. Let's go to the stage select. This is me going from one side to the other and my controller deciding not to be my friend here. Not helping out, basically. By the way, if you do have any question about these characters, just put it in chat. I will answer to the best of my abilities. About any kind of questions you have. Basic, non-basic questions. Doesn't matter. I am here today to explain everything. To explain. Like, if you want to discuss, I'm also up for discussion on a character. It's just said. It's like, it's on you. Now, there are two builds you can go with her, technically. This one I'll actually give you builds. Now, you want to use Thunder or Chaos Heaven. You really don't want to use these. You always want Frigid Heaven, and pretty much always want Apothic Cave as well. Because these two skills are too strong to not use. Now, what do you not and what do you use? So, Fiery Heaven and Gyokuten Ho, you technically can decide not to use one of these. So I would recommend still having one of them at least. And now, the different builds. So first you have the build I currently have, which is the DPS build on the right. Frigid Heaven, Fiery Heaven, Gyokuten Ho, and Apothic Cave. In this case you are DPS Tamamo, you are trying to get kills with your Gyokuten Ho. You are really trying to kill people with this thing. With the castration attack. Polygamist castration attack. That's usually the shtick with this build, is like, you want to get kills no matter what. However, you can substitute one of these two skills for Bridal Fox's Day for the second build. The second build is you are the team support. You are supposed to drop off the healing whenever they need to make sure your team is staying healthy and try to survive as long as you can. Get drive, and when you get drive, you want to get drive to survive. Now I will do the DPS build showcase, and I will not do the other one because the other one is kind of boring. It is literally you just trying to help your team to survive. Like, your objective as support Tamamo is help your teammates survive so they can kill the enemy team. Your objective as DPS Tamamo is get kills. Now, how does Tamamo play? So at the beginning of the game, what I see every Tamamo player do, literally, like every freaking Tamamo player will do this at the beginning of a match. And there's not much you can do about it. Unfortunately. I'd like to say there is, but there isn't. They will just do Frigid Heaven immediately. Just make sure to block this. Like, you can't do shenanigans about this. Also grab people if you can with Gyokuten Ho. If you can. Really? Yeah. Try and counter obvious attacks they're about to do. Maybe catch them with Fiery Heaven and Gyokuten Ho when you can. But usually, here's how a friend of mine plays. Now, support Tamamo can play on the point very well. But non-support Tamamo, you usually kind of want to be outside the point a little. Try and get poke off with your Frigid Heaven, maybe catch people with your Fiery Heaven. Catch them like this when they're not paying attention. That doesn't work, by the way. The Gyokuten Ho into Frigid Heaven doesn't work. Again, nothing works into Frigid Heaven, so don't even try. Try and get drive as fast as you can. If you can stand on a point, obviously stand on the point, but sometimes you might want to get out of it. So once you're on drive, go ham as DPS Tamamo, because you kind of want to go ham and just kill people immediately. Grab, catch them out of abilities and stuff, just do these. I think that is escapable, by the way. This is just the AI is kind of dumb. And they won't try to recover in the air. You can recover in the air, by the way, don't worry. That's the thing. Unless you are hard knocked down. It is possible. It depends on the abilities, some do. Also, you might not want to use her drive skill, and you might want to use it at the same time. It's kind of hard to say. It's like, in one hand, you kind of do to get yourself out of dodge, and sometimes you don't because it's not. Usually, it's not gonna kill a lot of people. Like, it might. Being fair, it might kill people, but usually it's more of a case of it won't. As you can see, I can catch. You can very easily catch with that, by the way. It's pretty interesting how good Gyokuten Ho can be if it works. The problem with Gyokuten Ho, as I said, is reliability. It might miss. That's the problem. There you go. Meanwhile, while there's no enemies around and you don't have Frisian Heaven, just do like 2 light, 1 heavy to try and get as much drive from minions. That's about the most tips I can give you. Try and grab them with Fiery Heaven when you can. If you have drive, use it. And don't do 2 code casts by accident like me. Don't do that, obviously. Also, as I told you, Fiery Heaven if you're on drive kills. And that's Tamamo in a nutshell, I'd say. Again, if you're DPS Tamamo, those are the things you want to look for. If you're support Tamamo, as I said, it's a different playstyle. You kind of want to heal people, you want to go for towers. Actually, no matter what your role is, you always want to go for your class's tower. I didn't pay attention to this on this game, but no matter what character you use, if the tower has your class, you want to go and grab it, because towers are bonkers good, and you want them. So what is my rating on how good Tamamo is? It depends. DPS Tamamo is fine. It's okay. It's fine if it works. Though, again, the problem with DPS Tamamo is reliability on Gyokuten Ho, which can fail. Support Tamamo, on the other hand, is very reliable. It is also very reliable on your teammates. So, in that case, you're kind of like, you're not going to win the game, you are the support. You are relying on your teammates to win. Either way, either the reliability of your damage is not high, or you are completely relying on your teammates to win you the game. That's the main problem with her. On the other hand, she has a lot of really good tools for getting drive, for getting out of dodge way with her counter and drive skill, and she has that super strong heal as well. She also has good options for damage with Fiery Heaven and Gyokuten Ho. She just has a lot of nice things, but she's never too strong in any of these categories. That's the thing. She's never too strong, but not too weak either. She's fine. The rating I'd give her from D to S, so D, C, B, A. D, C, B, A, S would be a solid B. Maybe high B. Like, she is on the cusp of being A's. Okay, maybe I should add one more, which is EX. Above S there will be an EX. This is a very special spot for very few characters. Not a lot of characters will be there, by the way. So, she gets a B, in my opinion. So, she's a very solid, a very good character with 2 types of playstyles you can play. She's high B, solid to high B. She's not as good as Nero, unfortunately, but you know, again, the main problem with her is also she has no buff skill. Not having a buff skill kinda is a giant detriment in this game. but is a big detriment. It's not the end-all be-all detriment, but it is a detriment. Though not all characters are affected by that detriment.